So we're back, guys. I nearly just got attacked by the shelf.
Yeah, sorry, we had to cut that because it was just fucking...
We'll cut the audio, but we'll probably be able to show you that clip on social media.
Yeah, I got up because I had a sharp pain in my stomach, and turns out it must have been a psychic moment. I thought something bad was going to happen.
This shelf that me and Liam put up, so, that tells you all you need to know, really. Something fell, and I, thought it was about to hit me. I've knocked the fucking mic over and the drink and everything. I've had a bit of a stinker there.
So the picture moved. It just decided to move.
It didn't actually
out
fall
of nowhere
off or anything.
And Levi's nowhere near it, so it just decided to move, and Levi absolutely kecked himself.
I've not covered myself in glory there. I've had a bad moment. You can all enjoy it anyway at my expense, free of charge.
If only it fell. Right, we'll move on to we've ranked our 5 best wingers. Have we put at the moment?
Yes, so we've got our top 5 wingers from the Premier League's season so far. So if you think there's any glaring omissions, or you don't think there's some big names that should be in there, we're going from the 8 games that have been played, and how much of an impact these players have had. So do you want to go first or me?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. At number 5, I've gone for Matoma. I've got him in my list. I think almost every time I'm seeing there's a Brighton goal that's cropped up, I'm expecting him to be involved in it.
Yeah.
I think even not even just so far, I think you could make a list now and he should be in, maybe you make a top 10 list, maybe he gets in anyway now. I think he's been that good, and I think potentially all it would take is a big move to a higher profile club than Brighton, a Liverpool, United, City, someone like that. I think you'd maybe even see even better numbers from where you laughing at me.
No, sorry, I haven't literally. I was just daydreaming then.
I thought you were seeing that slowly falling in my head.
No, I was seeing it in my head. I was just watching it back in my head. I was just laughing. Sorry, go on, carry on.
Yeah,
Matoma.
I've got Matoma in.
Yeah.
At 5 so far this season. At 4, I don't know if you'll be expecting this one in here, or if anybody will. At 4, I've got Jared Bowen for this season.
You think he's better than Matoma?
Not in general.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think the impact this season that he's had for West Ham, I've just edged it. I was struggling. My top 3 are pretty nailed on. My 4th and 5th, I think I could have put Matoma 4th. I could have put Bowen.
You didn't agree with me when I said I don't see Bowen ever being in a top 4 or 5 club.
Yeah, it's difficult.
I just don't ever see it.
I still don't think he's all that glamorous of a player, but I don't think you can underestimate the value and impact he's had this year.
Just does the simple things well.
Yeah. I think he's really good. I think he started the season really well, and I think the reason West Ham have had such a good start, he's been an integral part of. So he's my number 4 pick, but again, I think my 4th and 5th are quite interchangeable there.
They're different to mine as well.
But that's good then. We have a bit of a different perspective here. I'm expecting these 3 are probably going to be the same, to be honest.
I would have thought the top 3 would be the same in both of ours.
So my 3rd one for this season so far, he's played a more central role at times this season, but in 3rd I've got Son. I think there's a case if I was talking about not just so far, I'd maybe have him a bit higher up because he's performed for years now in the Prem to a really high level. But he has to be in for me.
Yeah.
And I think even though he has been playing centrally, I'm not having this. The guy isn't a striker. He's a wide forward.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
He's a winger in my eyes, and he'll do you the job there. He's done it at times.
He just had to play there because Richarlison was in a bit of a rut.
Yeah. And I think he'll do you a job, but he's not a number 9.
No.
We've had this discussion when we spoke about when we ranked our forwards the other week. So Son's in there, and I think that's a no-brainer based on how good Tottenham have been this season. At number 2, I've gone for Saka.
Okay.
I think, apart from the number 1 shout, I think he's miles clear. It's just pretty much since he's broke through at Arsenal, even when they weren't really on top of the game like they are now, he was always like a shining light, even when he was playing at fullback when he come into the team.
Sometimes when you see a youngster break through, they have a bit of a fall off, and it just doesn't seem like he's had a fall off.
I think he just got better and better the more that he's had experience at the top level.
Yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer. I don't think anyone would argue with how good he is. Would some Spurs fans say that Son's better? Probably, he's done it for longer. But I think Saka's just... I already think Saka is a match winner. I'd say Son probably is as well. But I think to say that about Saka at his age, and if Arsenal do go on to do good things, which they're very capable of, I think he is such a huge part of that.
Yeah, you saw today, I don't think they showed much going forward and Saka was out. So
yeah. I do think that was a good sign for Arsenal, with him not around, that they've still managed to get through that game.
Yeah.
Because I bet there's some Arsenal fans thinking like, oh, well, are we going to have that attacking prowess that we normally have?
Going down that right side, they just didn't really look like they was threatening much.
Yeah, they start with Trossard, Martinelli.
And Jesus on the right.
Jesus. So did Nketiah just come on today off the bench, did he?
No, sorry. They brought Martinelli on.
Oh, did he not start?
No, it was Trossard, Nketiah and Jesus.
Right.
Which is a bit strange, but...
Yeah. I'm a number one pick. I don't think this is controversial at all. I think if I'm talking about wingers in general, he's my number one pick. And I think so far this season, he's my number one pick, and that's Mo Salah. It's too easy. I think ever since he's been in the league, people even talking about that he wasn't as good last year. The guy was still incredible last year.
Yeah, phenomenal player.
Didn't reach the heights that he personally has set for himself in years before that. But he still performed even when Liverpool weren't at their best last year. And I think he's hit the ground running this season. He's been at the heart of everything good about Liverpool.
Like I say, that did it for me last season when they didn't really perform. Salah was still bagging them goals, like you say, and he's still performing. Sometimes you see these top players like shy away when the team's doing bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was still there.
I think he's one of those players now. I think De Bruyne's a similar one, and Erling Haaland, even though he's only been in the league for one season, is that in their time in the league, whether that's 1 season, 4 or 5 seasons, whatever you look at it, is they've been so good in that time that when they are just a little bit below that level that they've set, that people don't recognise still how good they are doing. People talk about Haaland now. He's still top scorer in the Prem this season. And I know, and he hasn't been
scored
as good
in the
as
last 2, has he not?
No, not in the last 2. But he's still been a threat, and he's still been good. And it's just that he was that ridiculous last year. And we've seen, De Bruyne at times incredible, Salah at times ridiculous. Still performing at a good level, and Salah's on track, I think, to have a really good season again.
Yeah,
especially when Liverpool probably get absolutely firing. I don't think they're at the best yet. And
no.
So that's my top 5.
Just get your centre defensive mid.
They did. Palhinha in the summer. I said it. They should have done it.
Yeah, they should have done it.
I couldn't believe they didn't go for him.
It cost you like 50 mil, whatever.
He still didn't end up going to Bayern. That move fell through, didn't it, in the end?
Yeah. Right, so I'll start with mine then. So these bottom 2 are different anyway. And to be fair, I've got the order different in them 3 as well.
Oh, that's good.
So number 5 for me, I've got Diaby.
Yeah, he's been so good this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, I feel like his impact is probably one of the best in the Prem so far.
Yeah.
For a new person to come in from the Bundesliga and absolutely take Premier League by storm, I'd say. Like, every time I watch him, I just love it. Like, he seems like he's both-footed. Obviously, he's preferred left, but it seems like he's really good on his right foot as well. I think he offers a lot for Villa. If you wanted to sit back, hit people on the counter, he can do that.
Yeah.
Just bring something out of nothing. He can do that. And even when you're on the front foot, he just looks like an electric player. So, yeah.
I can't fault it. I think that's a good pick. Me and you've just said in the past, don't underestimate how difficult it can be sometimes to hit the ground running. So I think that's a good shout, yeah.
So my next one is a guy that's come out of nowhere, really. He's been in the Prem for quite a bit, but Pedro Neto.
Yeah, it's a fair. I was struggling about putting him in. Diaby, I was going to I was going to leave out, but Neto was in my thoughts, to be fair.
Yeah, so I've obviously left out Matoma.
Yeah.
I just feel like these two Matoma's gone a bit quiet.
He still had a lot of goals.
He's still putting out numbers.
Those two are new signings as well, aren't they?
Yeah,
well, they're not. But Neto hasn't really ever had this praise before, and Diaby's a new signing.
Yeah, we know about Matoma, don't we? And don't get me wrong, Matoma's close. Like, he could easily get in there. Yeah. I just feel like Neto and Diaby have had more of an impact this season.
Potentially. Yeah, a good shout.
When I watched Neto, he is someone that can literally get something out of nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
For the City game, obviously the City got an own goal, but Pedro Neto was a massive part to what that goal was. So, yeah, them two. Third place, I've got Saka.
Okay, yeah.
I just think Son, with adjusting to the striker position, and I felt Spurs were really struggling up top, and for Son to come in and just go up top and basically get them out of the rut, if you'd say, because he came in and scored like a hat-trick, didn't he?
He's a captain now as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a captain now. Yeah. He's took it on his on his back now, hasn't he, the captain role. So I think I've got Saka and Son the other way about. So I've got Saka third and Son second.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, off the season so far, they've both been really good, haven't they? This season.
And obviously, Saka, like I said today, it did show him not being there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got Salah first with you. Yeah. I don't think anyone could ever put him second, third, fourth, or fifth.
If he's playing and he's playing well, he's almost always the best winger in the league.
Yeah,
really.
I feel like Salah's probably. Well, you say Son actually is. If them two end up leaving at the end of the season, they're the last two that have been in the Premier League for quite a while now.
Yeah, Son even longer than Salah, I think.
Yeah, so I think them two, as soon as they go, you've got like a new era of wingers.
Yeah, and then maybe Saka is your best.
Possibly.
But yeah, I think those three are interchangeable, especially if we're looking at... well, I think we both believe that Salah's bang on number one. I think that's no debate. I do think Saka and Son, if you're talking about the season so far, it's quite close.
Yeah.
They've both been really good for their teams, respectively. So, and I think I like Diaby and Neto as your shouts there. I think, say, Neto I kind of wanted to put in and didn't.
I take any at United right now.
Well, yeah.
They're both right wingers, right? And they're miles better than ours.
Yeah, we don't look great on the right, and we haven't for a while. But no, I think your list is actually good. It might even be better than mine. I think the ones I put in deserve a shout.
Yeah,
but I do think maybe
I love Matoma.
Maybe
I think
Neto
he's great.
And Diaby deserve a bit more praise than Bowen and Matoma so far.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Bowen, but he's good.
Yeah, I just think I think he deserves his praise so far.
Yeah, for what he does
I'd be shocked if I'm mentioning him come the end of the year as being up there.
To be fair, it's not really fair on him as well, because I think he's in a team where Moyes doesn't really focus on the attacking points. He just focuses on getting a result in a game, like, you know what I mean?